Welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to set up this check-in system with Google Forms. When you visit the link from the email, it will ask you if you want to make a copy of the spreadsheet, and you will say yes. Once that spreadsheet is copied, I would go move that into a folder. So I would use this little folder icon, and you can even create a brand new folder for NTI check-in if you would like. Create that folder and move this spreadsheet there, because the form will also be created in the folder with the spreadsheet. Once that's done, you just have a little bit of setup. Down in the very bottom, you will switch to this roster tab, and here you need to type in your students' names. Now you'll only have to type them in one time, but last name, first name, and then what class period they're in. If you're an elementary teacher, you only have one class period to worry with. You could just put one if you want to, but if you have, 7th period, or you have a PLT class or a homeroom, you would then list them so that you can sort them and filter them later. So you will have to type in last name, first name, class period. It will auto-generate their email, and basically everything that's light blue you need to address. You need to make sure that that is the right email set up for your students, and then put your name here so that your name will be on the form when they go to check in. Now, once you have listed their names, classes, email, and your name, then you will have a fancy menu up here in the top. Once you hit that menu, it will give you an option to create your Google form. The very first time you do this, it will get angry and ask your permission to do this. You just have to say sure. It will ask who you are, and then you can grant permission. Now, unfortunately, that interrupted the program from actually running. So once you've accepted it, now you're going to have to come back up here and hit that one more time. And this time, you will see a little sidebar that says that it's working. Please don't keep hitting the button over and over again, but you'll see some work happening. It's building new tabs, it's building a form, and it will tell you when it's done. Once the program is done, it will tell you that in the sidebar. It also gives you a link to your brand new Google form. So your students, when they click this link that you can post anywhere, they will have to sign in with their Google account so that you know that it is actually that student. It asks them a couple of questions like, what's your name, how do you feel, do you have any questions, and so they would just fill that out appropriately. Of course, all that data comes into this fancy spreadsheet. You have a responses tab that you can most of the time ignore. You have your roster tab that you have set up, but then you have these other tabs that will help you keep track of what's going on. Here you can see quickly who checked in today and who did not. These are the students that did not check in listed for you, and you can filter by class. If you only wanted to see your second period, you have the option to do that as well. You can also see a snapshot of the week with a fancy graph over there, and filter by class. And then here, if you double click that date, you can go select a different Monday to see the data and the check-in data for that Monday. Now, of course, those students still have 10 days to complete their work, or whatever that time frame is. At least this lets you know who you need to go track down and who you might have to adjust the attendance for. This last tab is a summary that tells you how many times they've checked in, how many days they have not checked in, and of course you can still come over here and filter by class. If you only want to see your second period, you can see those students, how many check-ins and how many absences they've had. Now, of course, you still have to follow the rules specified by your building principal and how many days they have to make up work, but at least this check-in system, if they come check in every day, you keep posting that same link on your Google Classroom or Otis or whatever format. That gives you a quick snapshot of who has touched base with you and who hasn't, and so you know who you'll need to track down and get that work out of. So I hope that's helpful for you. If it is, feel free to use this anytime you need it.